Alright team, so November's finally over and it was a pretty profitable month. I think I only had 5 losing days total, and 2 of those losing days were actually this past week. And so make sure to hit that subscribe button because in this video we're breaking down the 2 most profitable strategies for me in November. Okay, so the VWAP rejection is actually a strategy I've studied a decent amount so far. First, you want to look for a bullish or upward trend, and then a quick rejection below the VWAP, changing trends very quickly as you can see here. When this generally happens, a lot of the times the stock is going to pivot or pull back to the VWAP, which is where you're going to ultimately want to enter this type of short position. When trading these, I usually look for a confirmed support level above my entry to use as my risk or stop out level. I look for a few confirmations, and that way, after I enter the trade, if the stock pushes up and breaks that level, I can get out of the trade knowing it might reverse in the opposing direction and protect myself from that trade altogether. And remember team, this is a shorting day trading strategy, so you're trying to profit as the stock drops down. Moving on to where I actually set my reward target, most of the time I'm using the previous low of the day. By taking some profits there and exiting some shares, I protect myself from a possible reversal back to the VWAP, and I can scale back in there if necessary. But if the stock does continue breaking down and breaking those previous lows in your direction, then you can have a much better trade and make a little bit more money overall. Another strategy that's been incredibly profitable for me in November is the VWAP Bounce, but I have been trading it a little bit different than normal. For the most part, you wait for a stock to cross above the VWAP in a bullish trend, pull back to the VWAP, and that's where you're ultimately going to make your entry. A lot of the time, I'm using that opening range high as my risk or stop out level, and if the stock breaks below that, I'll exit the trade altogether. And then my reward target is usually set at the previous high of the day because a lot of the time with VWAP bounces, the stock's going to pivot back to that level like you can see here. And if you take profits fairly quickly with this type of trade, you could protect yourself while still maintaining a pretty solid accuracy rate overall, and so I hope that makes sense. Also, remember team, that one thing we're really looking for with this type of trade is a cross above the VWAP right around the open. That signifies a bullish trend change and ultimately helps the stock's chart retain a bullish sentiment for the most part and really helps you succeed with these type of trades. And so if you have enough patience and wait for really A+ setups, you can have a pretty profitable strategy on your hand trading VWAP bounces like this, and that's what I've really done this past 30 days or so. And so if you do try to trade these strategies, remember they're all a work in progress, and I'm not an expert or a guru, I'm just teaching you what I've learned along the way. Also guys, if you want to use the same platform as us that lets you day trade with no PDT rule, pretty cheap commissions, a decent amount of buying power plus more, check out the sale they're having on Tef's packages. You can get the intro package for $335 for the next day or so, and so it's a pretty solid deal and a great way to help support our channel. I'll include a link below in the description. But yeah guys, you can also come watch us day trade live every weekday morning for free on YouTube. And so don't forget to hit the subscribe button, click the bell if you haven't already. Good luck in the markets, and I'll see you all tomorrow morning.